Welcome to the Business Spotlight Series. My name is Dona Kappmeyer, and I'm the CEO and firm owner of Action Coach of Coastal Bend and Capital Game Plan Consulting in South Texas, and I will be your host for today. I am very excited to have our special guest, Mark Goodner, on our show. Mark is the owner of the Goodner Team. Today, we're going to speak with him about his journey to get to where he's at today and the challenges and successes of owning and operating a business. If this is your first time on our channel, please be sure to like and subscribe so you get notifications when we publish new content. Well, Mark, welcome to the show. It's great to have you on.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I'm kind of excited about a conversation this afternoon.
Awesome. Likewise. All right, well, let's go ahead and get this party started. So why don't we start off kind of at the beginning and around how your business is structured. Are you the sole owner? What does that look like?
No, our business is set up. I own this business with my wife, Catherine, and I'm a real estate listing and sales agent and then Catherine owns a staging company. So we bring two businesses into one, and that's kind of where we separate ourselves from others in the marketplace.
Love that. So if we talk about, so you're providing two services, dive a little bit more into that. So that clearly is a differentiator for you. What
It
does
is.
that bring from a value perspective to your client base?
Well, I mean, if you look at the real estate market, we try to make things as simple as they can be. And when you're trying to sell a home, you need to sell a home. It comes down to I call them three P's. It's presentation, publicity, and then pricing. And those three things have to be in balance. And so where we really shine is we help our clients get that presentation of their home look wonderful. And then my background is more of the analytical. My degree from school comes with an economics degree. I have an MBA with an emphasis on manufacturing process efficiency. And so you take those two, I bring the analytical piece, Catherine brings the pretty piece, and we bring good value to our clients that way.
So that is a niche for you. Who do you consider to be your ideal client or your ideal customer based on those services that you offer?
The way that things have kind of evolved, we help. I have a corporate background. I was in the corporate world for 25 years, and so I understand that world quite well. And so we tend to work with the corporate a client who is also a corporate person, um, and oftentimes they're being relocated from one place to another. But the way that we approach from the business side of it makes sense. It resonates. The way we lay out our value prop for them resonates as well. We need to get your house ready to sell. Here are the steps, the very pragmatic steps we take to get that house ready to sell, the way we arrive at the price point, and then the steps that we're going to take to publicize and get your house on the market. All of those resonate with what I would call that corporate guy who understands a process, I guess, instead of um, just picking someone they happen to know to sell a house. And so we separate ourselves that way because we're truly differentiated.
You know, that's awesome. So there's a lot of competition in the real estate market.
Mhm.
Do you find that there are, from if you look at your competitive landscape, do you find that a lot of people are playing in your space or most of them are not? And they're more of a transactional, if you will.
Right. What the problem is, yes, there are a lot that do what we do, but I mean, meaning they sell homes. But
Mhm.
if they can get behind, pull the curtains back and figure out what a client's really looking for. And most of them, I mean, let's face it, the goal is to sell for the highest price you can possibly get as fast as you can get.
Sure.
We know that when you stage a home, it typically sells faster. And we know that if we get the price point right, not only will we get offers on the house, but typically we'll push very near or above our list price. And so our results show that we sell our homes 38 days faster than the market average, and we achieve just about a point and a half better than what the market average says we should do as well. So we have results. And again, that comes back and resonates with our corporate guys who understand that piece. So where we usually play is right at the edge or the beginning stages of what would be considered the luxury market. And that's where corporate relo guys are as well. So that's the kind of the niche we play in. It is crowded, but we work quite a bit off the referral piece as well.
Those are some really good statistics. So that requires some probably pretty good marketing strategies. What have you found to be the best marketing strategy for your business?
The kind of the one of the most important is we need to be where our clients are. It just because it is such a network business, it is you need to be seen. You need to understand the local neighborhood where they are. And let's face it, people like to do business with people they know. And so it just works that way. And so that's why a lot of our business is the referral networks or we trade leads with each other, and if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, you bet. It's know, like, and trust, and you've got to be present, and you've got to be visible, 100%, especially in the market that you're playing in. Being in business and being successful comes with its challenges and hurdles.
Mhm.
What do you find to be some of your biggest hurdles or challenges?
One of the it's having to reaffirm your value over and over is one of the toughest because in today's world, folks like to compete on price.
Mhm.
And competing on prices, it's a downward spiral, not a place where you want to go. You don't want to take your clients into a place where they're competing on price, and you don't want to compete on the price point either. And so, trying to prove in your value, your presentation on yourself must be good as well. So that's the challenge. And how do you continue to deliver value above and beyond what the others in the market can do, so you can separate and then maintain the value?
One of the things we always say, if you attract people then where you have to compete on price, you're always going to attract people where you have to compete on price. So if you can differentiate yourself and provide that value proposition or that problem solving proposition, you're in a much better space.
Yeah.
So let's talk about future state. Where do you see this business in the next 3 to 5 years?
I think it's going to continue to evolve. We have, and when I say that, we also have a virtual assistant that helps us. Josh, I do have Josh who is based in the Philippines. He helps us quite a bit with our social marketing. He manages our Facebook post and our blog post. He does those things for us. But what we're noticing is we are using AI more and more to help us. I think it really helps the small business owner. It lets us
Yeah.
it lets us be bigger and faster, and which is kind of neat. So I'm curious to see where we'll go, how much AI will be able to help me with my business. My son is also in real estate in Lubbock. He's already using AI to help him write his contracts. He's using AI to help him review real estate um, I would say rules and regulations. And so he's using it. He's because he's just truly a one-man shop. He's using it more than I am at the moment. But I think that we're going to see more and more of that. The double-edged sword of what you'll hear is that, hey, AI is going to replace the real estate agent. But I think it'll be someone who understands how to use the tool. It will just enhance their business. Um, if that does make sense.
You bet. And especially for small business owners out there, if you are not using AI in some way, shape, or form, learn it. It will
Mhm.
help you tremendously. It will make you more efficient.
Right.
One of the things when we had talked before we did this show was around other business opportunities that you might be looking at. Do you want to share a little bit about what that might look like in the future?
Sure. Well, part of it is one of the things that our clients do often need is because they generally trend older. They've been in their homes for a while, and when we do those initial consults with them, because of Catherine's staging and design background, because I follow the market, what's selling well, what we're seeing is many of our clients need to update their homes. And so the next arm of our business is we'll dive more into the general contracting realm because it'll help people get their homes ready. That's the focus. It's not we're trying to going out looking for general contracting projects so much as, hey, if you need your kitchen redone, what we are is we've been for several years we've been referring the business out, bringing contractor friends in to do it. And it's like, okay, well, why couldn't we just take the next step and manage the project for these clients themselves? So we'll pick up more of the, whether you want to call it the upstream and then manage all the way down to the downstream and become more full service. That's what we're looking at.
That's almost, I mean, a turnkey one-stop shop operation where you don't have to go anywhere else.
Right. Again, more value for the client. It comes back to, hey, if we could just call one person and they could manage all of this for us. I am fortunate that my client segment, um, they do have the resources. And so time and convenience is more important to them than perhaps getting every last nickel out of a transaction. And that's a good spot to be in.
Oh, 100%. That's fantastic. So let's talk about success. What do you find to be your one to two keys of success to you or for you?
Uh, you, there's two. It's freedom and time. It's just, hey, do I have the my wife likes to travel. Um, I like to be at home, but that's okay. But do you have the freedom to do that? Tonight I'm gonna hit tennis balls, and it's okay. So from a success standpoint, I'm gonna go hit tennis balls, and I think about that is I just have the freedom to go do it, and my business affords me the ability to go do that. That to me leads to success. I'll go watch my son. He's going to have some tennis matches coming up before school starts. I have the freedom within my business to go do that because we're in a place. And to me, it's like, okay, hey, I know those are little things, but they're things you can't replace. And so that to me, that's where success comes from.
That I don't know if you remember the radio station used to be 99.5 Kiss in San Antonio. It was a rock and roll station. And they said, and the DJ would always say, I hope you work to live and not live to work.
Mm.
And that's the end game, right? Is to get that freedom, right? That ultimate freedom to be able to work when you want to, and then make sure that you can enjoy those times that otherwise so many small business owners don't get to experience that. But that's the
Right,
end game, is
right.
that freedom and time to do what you want to do.
Yes.
Love it. If you were to give one piece of advice to our listeners who are small business owners, what would you give them?
You know, I always go back to structure determines behavior. And what does the structure of your business look like? What does the structure of your day look like? And if you design the structure well and let your behavior, you can design your task around it. At the end of the day, you do have that freedom that you're looking for.
It's so easy to get distracted and get sucked into things. And if
Mhm.
you're more disciplined, so well said around that, having a structured day, you'll have better outcomes.
Thank you. Thank you for saying nicer, but yes.
You're welcome. What else would you like our audience to know about you and your trials, tribulations, or successes in your business?
I think that if you're a small business owner, you've got to love the battle. You have to because that's what it is. So don't jump into a small business if you're not ready to get in a fight. I just want, it's like, hey, if you're beginning, it's be prepared to battle. And if you love it, you love it. And and if and that's wonderful, but just know it comes.
That is an awesome way of saying that, because it's not for everyone, and you've got to be ready. You've got to be ready for those highs and lows and nothing in between for a long time. So
Right.
be prepared to go to battle because you're
Yep.
going to be in battle.
That's it. That's it.
So, Mark, what is a good way for our listeners to get in contact with you and learn more about your business and what you do?
Sure. I mean, I can be found in a couple of different places. Our website's really easy. It's just goodnerhometeam.com. Or I'm always available. I'm real simple at mark.goodner@kw.com if someone needs to find me. Or if you just simply Google Goodner Home Team, we'll show up in multiple ways.
Mark, thank you so much for sharing your story. This has been fantastic, and I know that our audience will find your information valuable.
Thank you for
This
having
is
me.
You are welcome. This is a Business Spotlight series with Dona Kappmeyer from Action Coach of Coastal Bend and Mark Goodner with the Goodner team. Please be sure to like and subscribe so you can continue to see our awesome content. Thank you for being with us today. And Mark, thank you so much for being on our show.
Appreciate it.
Bye for now.